When was the insurrection?
They had plenty of protests after that.
Yes,
Well,
they
protests are different from
Protests are different than an insurrection.
Yeah.
No one broke into government buildings.
We disagree on that.
With more young adults living at home with their parents, the political divide between generations is more obvious than ever. And according to an NBC News Gen Z poll, more than half of Gen Zers have different political views than at least one of their parents, with about a third saying they differ from both parents. We went to the battleground state of Georgia to see what this looks like for actual families.
I'm curious, have those conversations ever gotten tense?
Oh, those conversations get tense all the time. We'll get into it, and then of course here in the middle of the night, mom just yelled downstairs, "Why don't you be quiet?"
22-year-old David Dilly lives with his parents Lyle and Brandy and his two brothers. This will be his second time voting for former President Donald Trump, while his parents...
I plan to vote for Harris.
Me as well.
We've debated on how we feel about vaccines. We've debated, border crossings. And there's areas we kind of agreed on the middle, okay? But we usually end up disagreeing at the end of the day.
When you learned that your son wanted to vote for Trump, he voted for Trump in 2020, how did that land for you?
I was a little surprised. I would never place a vote for Trump. The way he represented a member of the news media. Our oldest son has cerebral palsy. And so to see him be like, that's okay, I'm still gonna vote, that hit me a little hard.
Has that changed the relationship at all?
No. I mean, he's not Donald Trump, he's my son.
I don't mind saying, yes, I will be voting for Trump, but it's not so much because I like him as a person, it's just some of the ideas and policies will help my life. My life will be better due to them, and my family's life will be better due to them. So I just wish he was not so much in charge sometimes, that's all.
A lot of the arguments are part of me trying to iterate that there's human sides to all of this and try not to take that out of the conversation. And when he doesn't accept that, to me that is a little disappointing.
It's like, where did I go wrong? What did I do? What did I miss a step in, raising him?
David and Darius Shockley are also from the Savannah area, but politics play out differently for them, with Darius on the far left and his dad David on the right.
Can you describe your son's political ideology from what you understand?
How do I say this? It makes no sense. I don't agree with half the stuff he says, but at the same time, I'll listen to him say it.
I tend to instigate a little bit some conversations about politics whenever I read something on the news. I like to bring up with my parents and ask them about them.
Darius, how will you feel if Kamala wins? How will you feel if Trump wins?
Kamala, relieved, hopeful. Trump, devastated. I can't even think of a word because there's no way I can describe the pain that I will feel.
Hearing how emotional your son gets when he talks about the possibility of Trump winning, does that affect you at all?
Yeah, it's a little disturbing. It's just a little disturbing that it would be that upsetting to him. That's how it is now. My mother and father did not agree politically. 53 years they spent together, and it was no problem. They just canceled each other's vote out, but they did go vote.
Both families say the country has gotten too divided when it comes to politics.
What advice would you give to people who still live with their parents, but they have very drastic, different political preferences?
Just get over it. Your family's not going to agree 100%. You will never agree. If you hope in this life you will find somebody you agree with 100%, you'll be searching for your entire dang life.
What's up with you? Amen.
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 Just a scoop of that.
What are you all united on?
Your family. I don't care who you're voting for. If you're a good person, you can sit at my table.
We invite people over and we don't discuss ideologies. We want to love them for them and not worry about politics. We'll deal with that later.
I guess I was raised up to believe that as long as you think that what you are doing is right and you stand behind what you're doing, we're behind you.